guys, I'm back here with a profile. This is Kashtira. I went to our locals and I was second place with it. This is right after the ban list was legal, so there was no Baron, no Savage. Link Kuribo was banned as well, and a few others. The only impact that we saw, at least at our locals right now, was Savage and Baron being hit. Nib was the powerful card of our locals. I will be discussing ban lists when I go live. Actually, it would be live before this video comes out. So I would recommend take a look at that if you want my opinion about the ban list. But here is my cash profile. If you guys know me outside of here, I played this deck since it first came out. At least when like Theosis and Planet came out. And honestly, it's one of my favorite decks. The style of it, how fast it can just turn around and go for a swing, and how resilient it is. Especially now in this format, the reason why I chose to play this, and especially without any omni-gates that every deck can play, Nib is such a powerful card, and every game at our locals, I literally had 4 summons I passed, and then summon the rest to establish a board enough or kind of punish my opponent. But enough. Let's get started into this cash profile, Kashtira. So we'll start off with the monsters. Obviously, you play 3 Fenrir. Beast of a card. Obviously, in the deck, it's not the number 1 card, but this is the card that you're going to see in most decks, just because it can search yourself, and when your opponent activates an effect, or you declare, if you enter battle with this card, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, banish it face down. So it's a super powerful card. It is a decent combo piece in the deck. But the more important piece is Kashtira Unicorn. Unicorn gets you to Theosis at birth, and doing that gets your combos starting. If you have birth, Fenrir is just as good. Without birth, you kind of want Unicorn, just because it allows you to do a little bit more. And then for the extender, or the normal summon, depending on how you look at it, is Kashtira Arisar. Sorry, let me just shift that up there. Kashtira Arisar. What do I have to say about this? So, I've realized in more games, especially after the ban list, and especially when Arise got hit, normal summoning this is a lot better than special summoning. Especially in like the Kashtira Snake Eyes and a few other things. You do not want to get locked into Xyz right away. So you tend to just normal summon it. You can still use this effect to make it go to level 7, and it doesn't lock you in. It's the special summon while you have a Kashtira monster in the field is what locks you into Xyz. So if you have, let's say you have Birth, and it's just, your hand was like this, and you then you added Birth off the Unicorn, you can normal summon Arisar, let's say banish Fen, then makes this a level 7. Then what you can also do is special defend off of the Birth, so it's actually pretty sick that way. As well, banishing the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck is really good. And then for the others, I play 1 Scareclaw and 1 Ogre. The reason I play Ogre is because I also play the Trap Preparations. It allows you to play a little bit more under Nib. You don't have to go into 5 summons. You can go into the 4, pass, use Prep to special summon, let's say, another card in your hand, or in your Banish. And then obviously Scareclaw is to be off of Voice's Voice, as well as just push for more damage, as well as a decent extender. For hand traps, I have 3 Shifter. This is the big reason why I chose to play this deck. With Snake Eyes being so prevalent, yes, I know they can play under a temple. If you guys see my videos, I play Snake Eyes, Fire Kings, and all that. Shifter is still powerful, especially going into Legacy of Destruction. You have Light Storms that's coming out. I don't know how viable that will be, but this also punishes that. It can hurt Voice's Voice and a few other decks as well. And just all together, you can play with it. It actually helps you out in some combos if you have Shifter. The next hand trap is obviously 3 Ash. Still like to play Ash. Against Snake Eyes, it's a feel bad moment, especially if they go into Hida. But it's not the biggest deal because if you know you're going to go into Snake Eyes, you're just going to side it out. And my final hand trap is hand trap monster is Mourner. I chose to play Mourner over like Veiler and stuff like that because of Shifter. I want to see Shifter as much as possible and play Shifter as much as possible. So seeing Veiler, or let's say Droll or Droplets, it's a feel bad moment because you can't send stuff to the grave. At least with this, you can discard it. It's not too bad. It didn't come up as much as I would like, but it still did the job. We'll go to the spells. This is the important part. My favorite card in the deck, Planet. There's so many times. So if you guys didn't know, a lot of people don't know about the Shangira effect for Planet, where if you activate a Shangira effect, you can pop a card. Not a lot of people do that. At least our locals, and the attack gain that you get from this card just helps you push for so much. It makes all your 24, 25 into almost 3k attackers that you just special summon for, and you can swing out. Then you play 3 Theosis, just for consistency. You could cut down to 2 if you'd like, especially if you notice that's breaking. This is more, I'm playing more aggrily than anything else, so having the 3 just allows me to push for lethal faster. And then the best card in the deck, Kashtira Birth. The fact that if your opponent activates a spell, banish 3 cards face down from their graveyard, and then you can normal summon level 7, and then special summon a card from grave or banish. So it just allows you to do so much, especially let's say if you're under certain things. This just allows you to fight through them. Next, 3 Prosperity is not as good as it was with when a Rise Heart was still legal, that you could just banish all the targets that you wanted to put under a Rise Heart, and then you can make a Rise Heart like untargetable and all that. But yeah, 3 Prosperity is a must-have. Now here is my deck tech of choice. 3 Super Poly. So the reason why I play Super Poly is because I do not play the Heat Soul package. The Heat Soul package is great if you want the additional draw. Having the IB, well, IP is also pretty good. The only issue is you can't utilize it if you're under Shifter. And you can still do a similar play when you're under Shifter, and I'll show you that while play testing and all that when I go live. But mainly with this, it's a board breaker. It can push for more damage. It does everything that you need to do while still under Shifter. Especially now. I know it sounds like I'm relying only on Shifter, and this deck doesn't have to, but it just helps you having that card not mess with the rest of the deck is also really good. So let's say like Veiler and all that, right? The reason why I play Mourner versus them is because Shifter. I can't play those cards. Same thing with Poly, Super Poly versus like the Heat Soul package. You can go with the Heat Soul package, but then you can't shift it. You can Shifter, but you can't heat. Like, I don't want to be limited in the plays that I do depending on that. I want to be as versatile as possible. And then finally, for the spells, I played the 1 Terraforming. Terraforming is MVP. Well, not, I would say MVP. Birth is still MVP. But it just allows you to play the 4th planet, or technically, if prosperity counts, you're playing the 7th copy of planet, which just helps you search. And with Joel not seeing as much play, it's really solid. Now here's the card that I was talking about with preparation. So this is Kashtira Preparation. So during either player's turn, you can special summon 1 Kashtira monster from your banished or from your hand. So it acts as another birth, but you can do it on your opponent's turn, so it can be defensive. And then if you control a Kashtira monster and they activate a trap card, you can use this effect, look at your opponent's hand, banish one face down. So it punishes your opponent to also try to imperm as well. And then finally, speaking of imperm, play 3 imperm. Enough said for that. Let's get to the extra deck. So the extra deck is kind of iffy because I threw this kind of together almost. And I'll show you some of my theories. So here we go. So obviously for the Link 7s you play 1 Shangira, 1 Draco Sack, 1 Dark Arm, 1 Big Eye, you play Flare Metal, you play Harmonizer, and then you play Moth. These are your rank 7s. These two are kind of the flex spots here. Harmonizing can see a little bit more play, so I'll put it up here for now. Because you can go fire or put it under a Rise Heart, and it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, I believe. Cannot be destroyed by battle with monsters with the same entry. Also cannot be destroyed by activated effects. So if you have a Rise Heart underneath this, or this other effect, you can attach one thing. Take, I believe, from your opponent's graveyard as material underneath. So if you're against Snake Eyes or Fire Kings, you can just put a fire underneath, and now you have a body that's kind of protected from it. Then the Moth is the one that I'm gonna take out. In theory, it sounds good. If you control no cards, you can attack directly. The other effects don't really matter. If it's inflicts damage, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each card in their hand. Right, so it's not that good. Mainly it was like a easy Zeus target, pretty much. You go, especially on the swing in Zeus, right? That's it for the 7s. Then we have 1 Typhon and 1 Zeus. You gotta go with those just in case. I went into more Typhon than I did Zeus, but it's always good to have these just in case you're in that weird spot. Typhon actually helped me win a game at one point, actually, just because it was an easy beater to bring out. Then here comes for the rest of the stuff that I play. I play 1 IP, 1 Little Knight, and 1 Appaloosa. This is mainly for Draco Sack. So if you're not afraid of if you're not afraid of Nib, you can go Draco Sack with 2 summons, summon 2 tokens, use those 2 for IP, and then you can easily pass turn. You have IP to set up for SP, or if you have another monster, you can go to Appo. So it helps with that a lot, and it just allows you to be more diverse in your plays and a little bit more flexible as well, just for some situations. That's for my links, and then for my super poly targets, I just play 1 Predator Planet, Draco Stapelia, 1 Mud Dragon Swamps, and 1 Garura. Best super poly targets right now. I might move this to a what I might do is put Moth away and maybe Harmonizer, just to go so I could have the Yubel fusion monster and the Agnister Golem. Agnister Golem's probably going first for you for anyone that goes into IP and Appaloosa, which is most decks now. It gets rid of it. Then for the Yubel fusion is just in case I'm playing against Yubel. We'll see how well that works and how well that deck pops off. It's supposed to be really good, so we'll see. This deck's always innovating because I'm always constantly playing it. If I'm not playtesting on live or at our locals, I'm just at home having fun with the deck. This is the deck that I have the most fun with in this current format, and formats prior, except for Telnet, because that's the deck that I started off playing with. Now, I will do my side, because I think a few things need to change, but I haven't figured it out yet. But my side wasn't too bad. I think I just have to work on my setting patterns. So I will so my extra deck is going second and going first. Generally, at least in this deck right now. So for my going second, I have 3 Nibs, which is kind of meh right now. I have 2 Lightning Storm and 2 Harpy's Feather Duster for 4 breaking, and 3 evenly. So the reason why I said Nib's kind of meh right now is because if you nib someone and then you have a Kashtira board, you're kind of fucked. Pardon my French. Just because that is a monster slot. Now you have an easier way of linking off now, but no matter what, you will not be able to extend with your Kashtiras. Going second if you have the nib, just because you cannot special summon them because you have to control no monsters. And then evenly matched, you can't push for the damage. These two I'm kind of more iffy about, but besides that, they haven't really stopped me too much. And then for going first is 2 Ghost Bells. It's just in case I'm playing in Snake Eyes, I will swap those out for the Ashes, and then going first, Dimensional Prison. Yeah, again, I did 3 more shifters, so a total of 6, just for Graveyard Hate. Outside of the besides Shifter, I really don't have a way to take cards out of it anymore. Arise Heart's gone, so I can't really just have all the cards banished and just putting in the necessary targets underneath. That will hurt my opponent. So Fissure is kind of the way that I can see Shifter a bit more, so I'm constantly just putting stuff under. But besides that, that is the list. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.